We've been working this month on success, and we started out talking about what success is really: the ability to accomplish anything that we set our mind to, anything that we choose. We talked about our thoughts and our emotions coming together. We've talked about how when we love what we do, we set ourselves in a position of value. And when we have value, then success is so much easier to receive and bring to us. We counted the cost last week with Patrick, and we have been working with some affirmations. And these are from the Life and Teachings of the Masters of the Far East, and you'll find them on the back of your bulletin here. My little glasses on. So, the first week we worked on, God, I am abundantly able to succeed in every effort that I truthfully designate. So, we remember that one? And the next one, let's read it together. The second one. God, I am the exact knowledge that goes with the ability to succeed. Remember that? The knowledge. And God, I am the infinite love that attracts all substance to me, that brings forth my success. So that was our feeling and our thought nature coming together. And last week, God, I am the intelligence that guides all of my success into bright and profitable channels. And today, the last one. God, I am God-man, the one focal point of all creation. How does that roll off? God, I am God-man, the one focal point of all creation. Oftentimes people will say to us, well, why doesn't God do this, or why doesn't God do that? The miracles, the energies, the activity of God flows through our ability to receive, our ability to channel the energy. You know, if God were coming in any way other than through us, we would see angels every day at our doorstep, would we not?
Yes. Yes.
And where would our choice then be as God children? We wouldn't have that beautiful power. We'd lay back on our laurels and say God's going to take care of everything. Is everybody with me? We are the focal point of creation on this planet. We are the focal point of creation on this planet. May not be so in other dimensions, may not be so in other spaces, but here, we have been given the privilege, the dominion to create here. That's a really huge opportunity, is it not? Let's breathe it in. Okay. Patrick shared what Jesus said last week about we are judged by not what we do or say, but how we make the ethers of God mold. How we take God energy and create with it. So remembering that we can use love to serve us, or we can use God love to bless us. And serve us meanings in a very self-centered way. Or to bless us, to bring us blessings. And if I am blessed, who else is blessed? The whole. If I am blessed, all are blessed. If I am happy, all are happy. If I take, I do not encourage the abundance of the world around me. So, this is the foundation that we're coming into today. All right. You ready? We have been doing very unusual things this last month. I don't know if you've realized that. The stories have been unusual examples. We've been trying to teach in a very unusual way. And it is not I but the Father within that gives forth these ideas. So I want you to be with me as we explore another journey of how we can better understand what we do as human beings on this planet. You with me? Okay. Let us first start with this. You do know in your heart how you really reach God is through your intuition. It's through that part of you that has never left the kingdom of God, that part of you that has that knowing that can connect with God knowing. Everybody understand that? Sometimes our logical mind will block it. But that deep knowing within our heart, that's what connects us with the divine. Sometimes we know, we listen, sometimes we don't. Well, Jesus spoke in parables in his day. So this is your parable of today. Take a breath. In our world, every story that is shared has a meaning. Every story that is repeated is a reflection of our culture, is a reflection of our belief system. And when I was coming up, and I will say it may not be so for the babies today, but when I was coming up, the great joy of my childhood was to be exposed to fairy tales. I loved fairy tales, and they'd been told for thousands of years, these fairy tales. And most of the fairy tales that I was particularly attracted to, which will be our parable of today, involve a beautiful princess. And the beautiful princess always represents that which is good, that which is pure, that which is, of course, beautiful, that which is wise and yet innocent at the same time, that which holds the infinite understanding and wisdom of life. That is our princess. And then there is a prince. Oh, the beautiful little prince. He's been out learning what to do. He has a beautiful shiny horse. He has a sword and he plays with it. And he has his armor and he's just been having such fun. He's just so talented. Our prince. And then we have the aspects that actually represent the parts that are in power in the world. And that is our king and queen. They're the ones that have the power. Our princess, our prince, playing, no power. Queen, and king. Well, I shall focus on queen because in my stories it's the queen. Well, the queen, who represents how I interact with the outer, likes it her way. And when she becomes aware of that princess, who is intuition, love, beauty. That princess does not have a clue how it's done out here. We are not dealing with that princess. And she's younger than me and prettier than me. And we are not dealing. So the first thing that we do is we put her to sleep. We feed her a poison apple, perhaps. We put poison on her fingertip. We somehow get her away. Or we isolate her. We put her in a tall tower. Or we make her the servant of all the other queenly people. Just to keep her quiet. To keep her from expressing and to keep her from being beautiful, innocent, charming, and alive. The prince, oblivious. I get to play what I play in. I get to ride on my horse. He's having a good old time. He's getting his talents. He's growing. But one day, under the governing energy of the queen, who is powerful, life begins to atrophy. If you have someone that's focused on power, gaining power, owning power, is there much life force flowing? The correct answer is no. So under the queen, life begins to atrophy, to the point that our prince is starting to get squeezed. And he goes, oh my God, what is going on? I must find the princess. Because then the princess is all knowledge and sweet and beautiful and everything that I want. All life is in my princess. And thus begins the journey. The prince, looking for his princess. And does he have to fight little things in the outer that the queen has thrown in his path? Yes. But he finds her because he knows when they come together, there's a new beginning. Oh, do you remember your childhood? Yeah. All right. The queen is your ego. How you navigate in the world. The princess is your higher self. Your intuition. No, I'm not going to say your higher self. Your intuition. The doorway to your Christ. The doorway to you is your princess. And your prince is gallivanting, doing hobbies. Always doing hobbies, always painting every now and then, always doing this little thing over here. And he's just keeping himself busy because he doesn't want to get in the queen's way. Do you hear what I'm saying? The prince is a part of you that's toying with life. The queen is the ego that has control. And your intuition is asleep. Do you see? For most of us, it takes an outer shaking of the world for our prince to get off his laurels, off the white horse, and go to resurrect our intuition. Do you understand? Now, when the prince shows up, does he show up bedraggled? He still has his little sword. He's got his armor. He's got a steed. He brings all his gifts to the princess. What if he had waited till the queen had beat him into nothing? What would our prince have done? He would lay at the side of the road begging for the princess to find him. Oh, please show me what to do, God. Our intuition. You guys do that. Do you know that? You beat your prince until there's nothing left? Until he's dragging. And so he can't go capture his intuition. He can't go wake it up. But in our story, he rises. And he brings his good self. He brings all his talents and abilities. He comes to that princess. He goes, you know, I don't know much about governing. I don't know much, but I got a good horse. I got my armor, and I'm ready to rock. Let's try. And the princess says, I've been waiting for you. I have all goodness within me. With my goodness and your ability to try, we shall create a new world. And they will live happily ever after. Good story? Okay, there's a couple morals in that story. Number one, don't fight the queen. The prince did not fight the queen. He did not say, okay, I'm done with you squeezing my life. I'm going to usurp your abilities. Because he didn't have any. He didn't have anything to replace it with. I don't know anything about governing. I've been playing. But he knew there was a part of him that could connect with the divine. He knew there was a part of him, and the two of them could create a new reality. Don't fight your queen. Seek your princess. Don't fight your queen. Seek your princess. The second moral was, if I can find it. Here we go. If you wait until you've destroyed your prince, you won't find your princess. There is an aspect of you that has to be awake to the goodness you are to actually tap your intuition. You have to be awake to the goodness that you are in order for you to turn to your intuition and say, talk to me. Talk to me. When people would come to Jesus, they came in two ways. Think of the disciples when they came. They came with their eyes open. They said to him, we have been waiting for you. We know this world isn't working. We have opened our hearts, our minds. We're in prayer. Some of them had been following John. But they were looking for him. And they said to him, we are going to give you all. We've been waiting for you, and here we are. They chose him. Do you see? The scholars chose him. Then the other half of the people that came to Jesus were broken. I'm sick, I'm dying, I need you to heal me. I need you to save me. I need you to heal me. Do you understand? So, what is the second step of their relationship going to be with that representative of God? If I come to you because I'm broken and need you to heal me, which I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but just if I do, and you heal me, then how am I going to feel close to you again? I'm going to get broken again. I'm going to break myself again. I'm going to lose something again. I'm going to beat my prince up again so that I can pull in God. I'm going to live challenges because you are my rescuer. But if I come willing and open, with my heart and mind open, and I'm waiting for the divine, my relationship with Jesus would be constant contact. Talk to me, teach me, talk to me, teach me, talk to me, teach me. Do you see? We approach life by either choosing or losing. We either choose positive energy and positive steps, or we lose ourselves to the point where we have no choice but to open. We become that prince on the side of the road We've tried everything in the outer, it doesn't work. And guess who's still in charge? The Queen. The Queen. If we can take the little talents and abilities that we have, whatever you do, I mean, even if you just do it on the side, even if it's just a little side, I don't like my work, I don't like what I'm doing, okay, it's not who you are. What are you good at? What do you like to do? Maybe it's just a little hobby, but I'm good at it. Okay, I'm starting my Prince bag here. I'm good at this. This is what I do. You still own that. If you can bring all your goodness into your conscious mind and open to your intuition, then the focus and power will shift to your Christ. The Queen cannot stand against the united forces of intuition and the Prince and the action. And oftentimes, don't we want to fight our egos? And when we do the shift, things start shifting, and there's no Queen in our world anymore. Have you ever done that? You're shifting. Oh, I want to follow you, God, and there's no ego. I'm letting my ego go. There's no Queen telling me what to do. What happens in your consciousness? But somebody else comes in and says, "Oh, you have a Queen vacancy. I'll be your Queen. I shall start bossing you around. I shall take care of all this." We have to hold the power in the innocence of who we are and in the beautiful little trinkets of abilities that we have. We may not have put it all together yet. It may not be a masterful mold of who we're going to be. But it's the beginning of a conscious choice to move towards something greater. Our whole series has been about success, manifesting success, has it not? Yes. How do we manifest success? We've talked about it mentally. We've talked about it emotionally. We've talked about getting our dreams and getting them charged. We've talked about the leakage that occurs when we're trying to manifest, oh yeah, now we're thinking about that over there. You know, how much closer are you today than you were January 1? Have you been thinking about it? Have you been paying attention? Good, 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 good. This step that I'm asking of you today is a step that brings God into the formula. Accessing your intuition is what opens you so the divine can lift you with all your trinkets. They never say, don't bring all you are. God never says, oh, Cheryl, you can never cook again. Oh my God. I don't know that she could do it. I don't know Patrick could do that. If these two were told they could never cook again, they might blow a gasket. God would not ask you not to do what you love. You bring what you love. You bring what you love. You know? And as we bring what we love and we begin to acknowledge within us is this awesome goodness. And we do not know what our next step is. From there we move. Do you see? From there we move. And as I say that, in your mind, if you are hearing, yeah, but Cindy, you do not know my life. My life is so bad. I've got bills up to here. I cannot handle what's happening. If those are your thoughts, who's speaking to you? Thank you. It's the Queen. It's your Queen who has had your power. The most successful space you can be in is when you don't have any expectation that the outcome needs to be as it has been. You know, I'm not reproducing what I always have. I'm going to stand in this space and do something. I'm just going to make something happen. I'm going to do something. Don't know what it's going to look like. Don't know what the end result will be. Don't know if it'll be a three-legged table. I don't know. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because my intuition and all of my jewels of activities, qualities that I own are going to come together in a magical way. And when that happens, I am going to shine like I've never shone before. And all the queens in the world will step away. Because in that moment, I'm going to be God on earth. I am going to be that energy of beautiful creative life force flowing through the one focal point of man, I am, without thought of anyone else or what has gone before me. I'm going to stand radiant. And it could just be you make a popsicle. It could be anything. For me, it is in the kitchen. If something comes out great, it's a miracle. But in those moments when we have followed our intuition, it's amazing. God and I are one. Oh my God, I did not do this of myself. God and I are one. Can you imagine the pearls of those experiences that we already have becoming strung together to be our life? That the little spaces between the pearls is shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Because I know I, God, I am the one focal point of all creation in my world. In my world. Not yours, I'm not creating yours. I'm creating mine. In my world. You guys getting it? Mm-hmm. All right. I think it was important for us to have this wee bit of an understanding, because I think that most of us don't want to be the losers. We don't want to beat our talents to pull until we deny all that we are and can do. We want to be the choosers. We want to consciously choose. But most of us get so caught up in the Queen's demands that we don't even take time. So what I'd like to do is just take us into a meditation. And I would ask that you follow me to the best of your ability. This is one that will assist you in your transformation. All right, everybody put your feet on the floor. And let's take a breath. God, our Father and our Mother, we open to you now. Father, Mother God, I love you so much with all my heart and soul. I ask that your love pour into every person here. I ask that a beautiful column of light come over each one and they begin to feel safe. Safe in their chair, safe in your heart, safe in your energy. And all that we now do, God, all the work we now do, be for the highest blessing of each individual. Not my will, but thine be done. And we know your will is always love. I want you to feel the column of light that is over you. And I want you very gently to let your focus go to the heart center. Just your heart center, that beautiful energy. And imagine that you can begin to walk in to the vibration of your own heart, into a beautiful garden of your heart, that space that you know you are safe, the space that you know you can meet God. And just imagine, whatever vision comes up is exactly perfect for you. But I want you to imagine now that you could just walk down the path. Some of you do this quite frequently, some of you not so much. It's okay. Just go down the path, deep into the heart. You'll see many things. I want you to move into an opening. Perhaps it's a meadow or just a plane of existence. An opening in your heart center. Feel the stillness. There is life around you, yet there is stillness. And as you stand in this opening, I want you to become aware of a radiant light that is beginning to flux and appear in front of you. Almost as if it's in its own little inner column. Just a radiant light. It doesn't have to take form. Just see the light vibrating. And you know you're standing before your intuition. That beautiful part of you that has never left God's heart. Feel the purity and the love. And let your focus come back on you as you stand there. And just think about yourself. I bring to this moment in time many talents. Just acknowledge them for a moment in your own heart. I have talents. At least one. If you cannot come up with dozens, at least one. And then in your heart say, and I know there is great potential within me. I am good in the world. I do good in the world. Feel all the things that you've attempted, all the things that you've tried, and honor you. Honor you. And as you do, feel that beautiful intuition getting brighter and brighter. And if you are ready, I now choose to walk. I choose to walk connected with my intuition always. I choose to walk connected with my intuition and take a step into that column of light. Become one with it. Now as you do, you should feel your heart shifting. You should feel lighter. There should be a physical sensation in your perceptions of self as you become one in that light. And as you feel this oneness, feel the presence of God engulfing you. God and I are one. God and I are one. And I still get to choose. Feel your desire deep within to follow this beautiful intuition. And as you step out of that space where you were, realize you and that light are now one. It's vibrating and radiating through you. I choose to walk one with my intuition. You will feel a little heavier perhaps, but feel the difference in your body. And feel as if the outer world calls you now. But notice there is no queen talking. The power has shifted. I will follow my intuition, and when I do, I am one with you, God. Take a breath and gently begin to make your way back down that beautiful path, coming back into this moment in time. And when your focus goes to your chair, feel your body. I want you to feel the vibration of your physical body. Father, Mother God, we thank you for this healing. We thank you that we now stand forth as choosers, and we choose to walk awake. Whatever we choose is fine, but we choose to walk awake. We thank you. Take a breath. Send your love into the room. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. When I walk in love, I am one with God. When I walk one with my intuition, I am one with God. Walk one with God. Take your affirmations. Affirmations are wonderful, wonderful statements of truth that can become true for you at the very cells of your body. You are a success. You are all a success. Whatever you choose, you will be successful at. Choose good. And say, yea, God.
Yeah.